You've tried everything on your own. You've read the articles, watched the videos, listened to friends, adjusted routines, and you're still stuck in 3-hour bedtimes that leave you feeling exhausted and defeated. What the heck? Hi, I'm Diane Lusney, and I support moms with children aged 4 to 12 who are on the autism spectrum and who struggle with sleep. And today I'm going to show you the missing piece in this series on how to drastically shorten the length of time bedtimes take. Point 1, why general knowledge isn't enough. Here's what I see all the time. Parents learn about bedtime routines, then the nervous system regulation and how it impacts their child's behavior. They understand the biology, they even know what should work in theory, but when they try to apply it, nothing goes the way they expected. And that's because every child on the spectrum is different, as you well know. What calms one child might activate another. What works Monday might completely fail on Tuesday. Think of it like this. You can read a cookbook and understand how cooking works, but that doesn't mean you'll automatically know how to adjust a recipe for high altitude, or how to substitute ingredients when you're missing something, or fix it when things go wrong halfway through. You need experience, pattern recognition, and/or someone who can help you troubleshoot in real time. That's what's missing for most families. You have the information, but you don't have the roadmap for how to apply it to your child specifically. What you can do. Starting tonight, keep a simple multi-day log. Each night, write down 3 things. What was your child's energy level right after dinner? Calm, medium, or high? Which regulation strategies did you try before the bedtime routine? And 3, how long did the bedtime routine take? After a few nights, you'll have a better idea which strategies work and with which circumstances. This is how you move forward from general knowledge to personalized understanding. You're becoming the expert on your own child's nervous system and patterns. Inside my Family Sleep Success program, I share the why of what can be done throughout the day and night to improve sleep. And it's done in a way to reduce overwhelm. Small steps, easily implemented. Let's do this together. I have a checklist and Q&As to help you see what's working and what's not, and the reasons why. So you're not guessing or trying random strategies and hoping they stick. Point 2, the gap between knowing and doing. Here's the second challenge. Even when you know exactly what to do, it is so hard to do it consistently, especially when you're exhausted, overwhelmed, and doing this alone. You might try a calming strategy one night and see progress, woohoo! But then life gets chaotic, you're too tired to remember, or your child has had a rough day and you just don't know how to adjust. This is where most families give up. Not because your plan wouldn't work, but because you don't have the support to keep going when it gets hard, and it will get hard. Think about learning any new skill, whether it's playing an instrument, learning a language, or even cooking. You can watch all the tutorials you want, but real progress happens when you have a teacher who can watch you, give you feedback, correct your form, and encourage you when you want to quit. That's what's missing when you're trying to do this alone. What you can do. Tonight, choose to be consciously calming early in the evening. Reduce bright lights if possible. Reduce the volume of noise and speak and move in a calmer, more deliberate manner. Pick one regulation strategy that usually works with your child and schedule time for it before starting your child's bedtime routine. Commit to trying one or both of these things. That is, changing the environment and scheduling a regulation session every single night for the next 7 nights. Not 3 things, not 5 things, just this 1 or 2. That's it. Put reminders on your phone. Consistency with small builds into momentum. Inside my family sleep success program, you don't have to remember everything on your own. You have a clear system to follow, weekly support to keep you on track, and a community of other moms who are doing this alongside you. You're never wondering if you're doing it right or why it's not working, because you have real-time guidance every step of the way. I'd love to hear from you. What's one action that is small enough and easy enough to implement that you 100% will do for the next week, regardless of how exhausted you feel? Leave a comment below and let me know. Point 3, what happens when you have a full system? Here's what changes when you stop piecing things together alone and start working with a complete system. You move from hoping bedtime will get better to actually seeing it get better. Maybe small steps, but consistently, predictably, and without the constant and exhausting guesswork. Instead of wondering every night whether your child will settle or whether you'll be stuck in the bedtime routine for 3 hours, you implement a plan and you stop questioning yourself. Then you start to recognize patterns, such as what their nervous system needs on high energy days versus low energy days. You eventually learn to build a 24-hour-a-day foundation that supports sleep. You know how to adjust when things aren't working. You stop feeling like you're failing and you start feeling like you finally understand what's happening within your child. And here's what else happens. Your child starts to feel it too. They're calmer during the day because you're supporting their nervous system more often, and they learn how to support their nervous system. They transition to bedtime more easily because their body has been preparing through the evening, and the routine is predictable and calming. And the battles reduce or stop because you finally gave their nervous system what it needed to feel safe enough to sleep. And with a routine, the predictability helps them to feel safe and sleep. That's what's possible when you have the right support and a clear, personalized roadmap. What you can do. Tonight, imagine what your life would look like if bedtime took 30 to 45 minutes instead of 3 hours. What would you do at that time? Would you talk with your partner? Take a bath? Read a book? Sit in silence or do nothing? Or, here's a wild idea, get some sleep yourself. Let yourself feel what that would be like, because it's not a fantasy. It's what happens when you address the nervous system instead of fighting behavior and understand what's needed for a good night's sleep. Inside my family sleep success program, we build the system together. You get the nervous system framework, the sensory strategies you tailor for your child, and the personalized support to make it all work in your real life, not just in theory. And you're surrounded by other moms who understand exactly what you're going through because they've been there or they are there too. If you'd like to learn more about how Family Sleep Success Program works, I've put all the details in the link in the description below. This isn't about me convincing you. It's about you deciding whether you're ready to stop doing this alone. What would you do with your evenings if bedtime only took 30 minutes? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear what matters to you most. This video is part of a playlist series about why there are bedtime battles and the fact that bedtime sometimes seems to go on forever. There's a link for the playlist below. But understanding and applying are two different things. If you're ready to take what you've learned and turn it into real, lasting change, with support and with guidance and with a clear system designed specifically for kids on the spectrum, the link to learn more about my Family Sleep Success Program is in the description. And no matter what you decide, I hope these videos have given you some relief, some clarity, and some hope that things really can be different.